Okay, let's read chapter 2 and 3 of Supermarket, okay? Yeah, sorry for the long wait. Thanksgiving was last week. Couldn't do that. Sorry. Let's just try with this setup as well. See if I like it. I'm not using my camera to record, so it's not that HD. My camera's actually right here. I was waiting for the batteries, but I got impatient, so I just want to do this, get it over with. Not because I just want to brush it off and get it over. I really want to read it. Let's just jump into it. All right, chapter 2, Daydream. I guess the story starts 3 years ago in a small town in Oregon. I suppose every goddamn town in Oregon is small as far as towns go. Baker City, white as fuck, surprise surprise, not far from Idaho. Barely 50 kids in my graduating class. You know what that means. Everyone knew each else's business. Dated the same people, went to the same lame parties, ate at the same broke diner. We had a bank, a post office, a library, a supermarket, and a dirty old movie theater that screened Marvel flicks. No mall, no good restaurants, no hospitals, no shit to do, really. The most fun you could have is floating down the river with some whiskey and beers. Most people wouldn't want to spend more than a day there. I don't blame them. But it was alright, I didn't have much of a choice, did I? Being born here and everything. I didn't really excel at school. I was more interested in chasing girls and listening to music. The only class I paid attention to was English. Reading and writing came naturally. I actually enjoyed it. The rest was a struggle or of zero interest. Most kids were into sports, but that wasn't really my scene. After high school, I dicked around, really. I did a year of community college because my mom forced me to do something, but that was a non-starter. I spent most of the time drinking and smoking. A lot of my friends got out of town, but me, I was stuck. The days turned into weeks, the weeks turned into months, the months turned into years. I don't know what happened, but it happened. Time flew. Now here I was, 24, unemployed, depressed from a recent breakup, and living in my childhood room. I know what you're thinking. Pathetic, right? I don't disagree. In a series of fortunate events, I had to come across some money. I was about to be fresh out of my mother's house for the first time in my life. My mom never really had money, so this is a welcome windfall, however small. It was a nice little amount, even to help me to get my own apartment, but not enough to last me long. That's why I was on my way to apply for a job at the supermarket. I needed a gig, something, anything. And Baker City wasn't exactly a land of opportunity. 24 years old and bagging groceries isn't the most ideal situation, but it was real life. And that's what I was looking for at that point. Real life. It was a beautiful day in April. The time was 12:36 p.m. exactly. I know because I wrote it down on my moleskin notebook. That thing was beat to hell, but it had become my best friend. Everywhere I went, the moleskin came with me. It had a real character. It had lived a life. Black, pocket size, rough edges, dog-eared pages with scraps of paper photos stuck inside. I wrote everything down in that notebook, recording my thoughts and the whole world around me. What? What? The fir trees swayed that day as the wind caressed each branch, molding their bodies in movement. I'll never forget the crossing the road in front of the grocery store. I saw this guy in black Nike Air Maxes. He seemed to be forcefully talking at people who walked by, and not the welcoming way. As I got closer, I realized he was kind of weird looking. A little twisted, contorted, like he was out of the Egon Skeen drawing. Mid-20s, on the tall side, maybe 6'1", slim, had a long, bent nose, dark eyes, expressive eyebrows, and wrinkles on his forehead like Hugh Laurie. You know, the guy who plays house. I don't mean like a grown man sitting in front of a plastic tea set talking to a lifeless teddy bear, pretending to be a husband droning on his wife about the report of his boss demanding be at his desk by Monday. Whoa. Okay. I'm not gonna repeat that. Even though when his boss first mentioned the deadline was Tuesday, and now he had to work through the weekend, I mean the actor who plays Doctor named House on the television show. No? You don't know what I'm talking about? I don't know. I can't tell if you do or don't know what I'm talking about, or if you're just taken back of me breaking the fourth wall on this page you're reading. Well, damn. Hold on a second. Maybe I shouldn't bring up the fact that you're reading a book. If you realize what you're literally doing this moment, you won't actually be living in the world I'm painting for you. It's kind of like when you catch yourself blinking while reading and then you start focus on blinking rather than the words in your brain trying to process, you know? Oh shit. I distracted myself again. Wait, what was I talking about? And why the hell am I writing my internal thoughts on this page? Doesn't matter. This won't make it to the final version of the book anyways, but what the hell was I talking about? Shit. Oh yeah, sorry. The weirdo from the supermarket. As I got closer and closer, I tried to avoid him, but he spotted me immediately. Kind of like when you catch your own reflection in the tinted windows of an automatic sliding door. He was definitely a reflection. He seemed to mirror my movements a bit creepily. With every step I took, he took one too, until we met. Spare a dollar, he said. Sorry, man, I don't have it on me, I said, patting my chest and pockets. Help a brother out, he said, extending his hand. What the hell, I thought. They needed to get rid of the beggars and loiterers. I walked past him, I bringing my hands down to my backpack straps as I entered the store. I absolutely love my backpack. It came with me everywhere because it became my trademark. It was a gray Herschel backpack with brown leather bottom. It was covered with pins, Rick and Morty, Mac DeMarco, Atari, Pac-Man, an old keychain I had since I was a kid, dangling from the outside zipper. One of those ones with your names on it you buy at the gas station. I know I'm a little old for that, but my grandma got it for me and it became my good luck charm. Inside the place looks like your typical grocery store. Tile floors, jammed up carts, aisles on aisles, nearby stacked food, bustling fluorescent lights. It was a little rundown, but clean enough for the families in town. I immediately noticed the volume of the beautiful girls who worked at this place. Damn. Definitely college girls trying to make an extra buck during the semester, I thought. Walking through the front check area, I made my way to the customer service desk, where I asked a middle-aged black lady for an application. Her name tag said Rhonda. She was kind of like a slightly overweight black woman in every movie. Sassy attitude, lowered eyelids, and judgmental aurora. But basing a first impression on her physical appearance wasn't really a fair thing to do. I mean, how can you judge someone simply by, you applying for a job dressed in blue jeans and a white shirt, child? I should, is that bad? Should I first, no. I read it as is, yeah? Yeah, I'm painting the situation for you. I'm reading. Okay, reading, not making fun of, not mocking, I'm doing my best. Okay. Continue. You applying for a job dressed in blue jeans and white shirt, child? When she said this, I was actually glad my gut was right. And I wasn't some asshole. Not completely, anyways. Well, Rhonda, I only came in to fill out an application. I didn't plan on sitting down for an interview the same day. She stared at me and let out a single chuckle. One of those I'm annoyed but this is my job chuckles. And said, you know how often I hear that, baby? Fuck. How many times I've had this conversations? Those pretty round eyes of you ain't gonna take you that far. Wow, I can only imagine the idiots came in the store just like me, just like they didn't care to apply for a job they didn't give two shits about. But I needed this job. If I didn't get this job, that would be it. My ex would be right. Just like she's always been. I was destined to be a loser who couldn't finish anything. Hey there, friend, a man said. I turned around to the grinning man in his early 30s. He extended his hand to be shaken, but wasn't going to take no for an answer. I'm Ted Daniels, assistant manager here. He looked like a corny white dude, pale skin with a dash of acne held over his teenage years. Buzz cut flat top, short sleeve button down, red tie, and black pleated slacks. The ultimate nerd. Bruh. Hello there, I said, mimicking his attitude as best as I could, trying not to think about how he looked like a Mormon who just joined the Los Angeles Bloods after 2 years of mission work down South Central throughout Carson and Compton, and was now sporting a bright red tie to prove that how gangster he really was. I'm Flynn, I added. And are we applying for employment today? He asked. His smile never seemed to go away, even when he spoke. Yeah, I mean, I saw you guys were hiring and I wanted to fill an application. Well, golly, aren't we in luck, he said. It really annoyed me how happy he was. His whole vibe bothered me. I have no idea what came over me, but I snapped and punched him in the face. My fist connected to his nose and blood spewed from the slit created by the explosive blow. Oh, Lord Jesus. These white people done it, Rhonda screamed. Ted hit the floor, screaming in agony. Why? He bellowed. I stood there. I couldn't believe what I had done. Something just came over me. How the hell could I have done such a thing? Are you listening to me? He screamed. Why? Why, Flynn? Seconds later, I was sitting on an old wooden chair in Ted's office. Ted sat behind his desk, his nose perfectly fine. Flynn, are you listening to me? Ted said. I'm sorry, sir. What was the last part? I imagined the whole thing, caught in a daydream. So vivid, I didn't even remember making my way to the office. I said, why, Flynn? He said, annoyed but still smiling bigger than ever. I'm sorry, sir. Why, what now? I replied. Why are you here, Flynn? Do you even know why you're here? Everyone is family at this establishment. We have a code of ethics. You could say we want to help everyone under this roof acquire whatever skill their individual needs may be. So, what truly brings you, Flynn? What skills do you need? A second ago, I was surely headed to jail for assault, and now I found myself in the middle of a job interview. A job, I said. Well, aren't you the wise one, Ted said with a laugh. You're in luck. A bunch of seniors are graduating, and we will need some extra hands come summer. You seem like a nice kid, so I'd love to hire you. Seriously, I said. I haven't done anything to deserve this offer, but maybe it was my pretty face. The job is yours, Ted said as he reached under his desk. That is, if you can sell me this bottle of Windex. I couldn't see his lips through that smile. I looked at the bottle of Windex, then looked back at Ted. So you're telling me if I sell you this thing, I have a job? I asked. Precisely. Without a moment's hesitation, I grabbed my backpack, which was resting on the leg of my chair. I opened my pouch, grabbed my wallet, took out a $20 bill. I then licked Andrew Jackson's face, slapped down the federal note against the bottle, sticking it on its surface. Buy this bottle of cleaner as is for $5, I said to Ted. He looked at me puzzled. Wait a minute, you're losing money here, Flynn. Look, Ted, would you buy the product from me or not? I said with a smirk. Well, of course, but why would you throw away $15 like that? That's the way I see it. The way I see it, I interrupted. I spent $15 to secure a steady income for a duration of my time as an employee at this establishment. Boss. Ted was baffled. He wasn't sure if I had pulled a fast one on him or have given him exactly what he wanted, but judging by the next words, he was definitely intrigued. You're hired, offering his hand for me to shake. Seriously? I said. I could not believe it. Oh, of course, Flynn. I really believe in this energy, and I have a good feeling about you. Well, thanks, Ted. That means a lot. I said, unsure about this guy so eager to give me a position. Wait a second, I said. What would I be doing and how much money will I be making? Oh, $10 an hour. You'll be a floater. I'll be a what? I'll explain everything to you on Monday. See you at 9 a.m., he said, pointing to a calendar on his desk. With that, I was out of his office, walking past the customer service, gainfully employed. See you later, Rhonda, I said. Rhonda replied with that fierce, strong black woman attitude. I loved Rhonda's attitude. She gave no fucks, quite honestly, and I absolutely adored her for it. On my way out, just beside the customer service desk, I spotted a soda machine by automatic doors. A few employees were loitering. They seemed to be doing everything but their jobs. I pulled out my wallet, searching for a bill to insert the machine. A picture fell out. A picture of me sitting in the park on the summer day, my arms around a beautiful blonde girl. A girl who broke my heart. A girl I was still in love with. She sat on my lap, looking into my eyes. We were in the field of grass. The shutter had caught us mid-laugh. It was some Hallmark shit, and she looked stunning. I picked up the photo and put it back in the pocket of my jacket. Fucking bitch, I said. I pulled out my dollar and inserted it into the machine. A can of Coke dropped. As I stood back up, I heard a voice behind me. So I'm guessing you just magically found a dollar bill you didn't have 15 minutes ago when I asked you for one, huh? It was a weirdo from outside. He stared at me nonchalantly with brown eyes, set back by dark circles. He was chewing a toothpick and bouncing a red rubber ball, the kind people play handball with. I stammered. Well, you make me sick, dude, you dick. What if I was homeless? You don't know. He said, pulling an apron over his head. It revealed the name tag, and it said Frank. Wait a minute, you're a fucked up person, man, he interrupted. But Hey you, said Ted Daniels, looking in Frank's direction. Back to work, please, we're on the clock. The group of employees behind Frank walked off to whatever it was they should have been doing. And none of that from you on Monday, he said, looking at me with a smile. Then he did an abrupt about face and scooted off. You work here? I asked. Haha, yeah, dude. I'm just fucking with you, man, said Frank. Wait a second, I said, staring at Frank, puzzled. You work here and you stand outside asking people for money? Well, I don't know how much work I do, he said with a wry smile, making air quotation marks in his hands. And plus, when I stand outside, people walk right past me. You were the only one who even said something and just didn't stare right through me. So thanks for being the only person who acknowledged my existence in this place. I'll see you Monday, Frank, I said. Oh shit, did Ted just hire you, he asked. Yeah, I guess he did. Cool, well I'm out. I'm going to try to fuck one of these girls, Frank said, walking in the direction of the college chicks working at the cash register. Catch you later, Flynn. He tossed me his rubber ball as I waved. I nearly dropped it trying to catch it, then began to walk out the store. I stopped in my tracks. Wait a sec, I said, turning around, asking him how he knew my name, but before I could, he was gone. See you Monday, Rhonda, I say on my way out. Now if Jesus answered my prayers and takes me in my sleep this weekend, baby. I wasn't sure if she was playing or serious. Either way, Rhonda is pretty dark. Oh, shit. Wait, does that sound racist? I didn't mean dark like her skin tone, because I think all women are beautiful, you know? Like, I mean, I have a preference, sure. I like blonde girls with big tits, you know? I'm a guy in his mid-20s from the whitest town in existence. I mean, I'm not saying whites stick together or anything, but fuck. When I said Rana is dark, I meant her sense of humor, okay? Not her skin color. Shit, man. Can we just skip to Monday already? And then chapter 3 is Monday already. I'm not reading chapter 3. I think chapter 2 is long enough. I didn't expect it to be that long from what I remember. So it's almost like 30 minutes of recording for me right now. Of course, I'm going to cut it off just like how I did right now with my mess ups. So before we end, I'm just talking about the chapter 2. Very interesting. Very clever how like he's breaking the fourth wall and stuff, and also like him getting accepted to the job. I could never think of like selling that bottle, putting a $20 bill on. Genius. And like just the character setting up and stuff is very nice, and how he describes them is very easy to understand. So really like this chapter. See you in my next chapter, chapter 3, which is titled Monday already. Yeah, see you next week. Bye.
Are you sleeping alone? 'Cause if you